Recording. Hello everybody. So Google will be doing a purge of the App Store at or around August. So if you're one of the idiots that does bad shit, you better get ready. You're on the way out. Chocolate. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description. And yeah. Anyway, I'll be doing a live stream soon, in a little bit, and I'm going to talk about a few things too while I'm doing this little gaming thing. All right, and I'm going to give you my opinion, okay, on why putting identity politics and any form of politics into a video game is actually hateful and abuse of humanity. Okay, I'll give you some ideas on how to approach it, and if these kinds of people want to do this, we need to find them on where they are on YouTube and start reporting them for hate speech. Okay, if they come out with a video game that has this shit in it, we should be reporting the game as hate speech. All right, we should just en masse start smashing these people right out of this universe. Okay, I'm sick and tired of my video games being. This is the same thing while the rest of you were piling on about Hong Kong or something and using video games in politics. It works both ways. I don't want none of it in my video games. You wanna have that discussion? Have it outside of my video game. Okay? Go to Reddit. Go to here. Go to there. Blah blah blah. Actually, don't go to Reddit. Reddit's an asshat. Okay? There was an observatory in the United States last year that it announced it had something really cool to say, and they'd been looking up at the sky or like that, and then all of a sudden the FBI moved in and raided them. So I made a joke. I says, now we got to worry about space aliens illegally immigrating into the world, right? And I got banned for 6 months. A joke, for fuck's sake. That's abuse right there. That should be criminal that they are allowed to do that. And the problem is you got the Earn It Act coming, where now whoever's in charge of the government could make that illegal. However, they could make a ton of other things illegal too, because all your software, all your hardware, and all your online services will now be backdoored. You will have no privacy at all. Okay? That's right. Force everyone to sit at fucking home, talking to each other, and then spy on it. Fucking Peeping Toms. I mean, you come up to my fucking window and start looking in and see what the fuck I do to your goddamn face. Smash. Right? But these guys get away with it because it's behind a computer. Holy fucking balls, man. Wow. I always thought it was a little creepy to go spying on. Like, that's the aspect of hacking that would, back in the day, felt a little creepy to me. It's just the fact that you're sneaking around looking at shit like that, But we kept them honest, you see. I think this world needs a few more of us. Maybe I ought to fucking come out of goddamn retirement, eh? Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, eh? Where'd my frickin' lighter go? There's one of them. But anyway. So yeah, it's like I said. I honestly believe that, okay, and you can put it like this. So, 97% of humanity is straight, 3% is either transgendered or homosexual. Now, if I said something bad about that small 3%, right, I'm suddenly a homophobe, right? Well, phobias are an irrational fear. I'm not scared of nothing. Okay? Remember that. Remember, when they try to call you a word and misuse it, it's like the Epic Games Store exclusivity for PC. What the fuck are you trying to say? That made no sense in English because what exclusivity? I can take this computer right here and put the game on it. Where's the exclusivity? Oh, it's because of the storefront. I see. Like EA, like Steam, like Bethesda, like Ubisoft, like Sony's little site, like. Shall we continue? You see how stupid that sounded? And what it is, that little aspect of it, okay, is a small little group that was sitting over at Steam making little fucking cheap ass apps, selling them to whales and morons, ripping them off. Okay? And I went head to toe with them and beat the fucking tar right out of them until that one guy, instead of being a game developer, now he's a World of Warcraft player. Like, fucking really? Okay? Like, guys, if you're gonna fucking say something, be mindful of what you're fucking saying, right? Think about what you say before you open your fucking yap. And really, know who you're talking to before I ever say anything in any comment post or anywhere. I click on your fucking name in that thing and check you out. When I see that a person who's mouthing off somebody and they got 20 or less subs, okay, and they're all and let's say they got some content and it's all music videos, it's got nothing to do with fucking gaming. I got you, man. You're fucked. I can immediately say, well, where are your fucking game videos, buddy? Where do you show that you have any idea what the fuck you're talking about? I got 800 fucking videos up here on games and 3D special effects, and I'm learning what those devs know about. I'm learning about the games. I learn all the time about new games. I've been playing games for 30 fucking years. You see? And I don't take shit from nobody. Oh, I've been dealt some good hands here and there. Right? And I'm poor right now. I've been poor now for a whole fucking year. Before this virus thing even happened, I had a roommate. Basically cost me $1,700 at a time when I had no fucking money. Right? Thanks to a store owner at the corner there, I was able to eat. So I ran up a tab. And now I finally get him paid off. And then this coronavirus hits him. And now he's almost fucked, right? So I just keep doing the tab thing to keep this guy his business going, you see? That's how you be nice to people. He was good to me, I'd be good to him back. Now that month's gone, so now I'm moving forward. And when I save up and get some fucking decent hardware, you people better look the fuck out, okay? Because quality is coming your way, all right? I will just, I'll keep this PC at the front end of the internet because whatever I go and buy, I don't want it to be touching the internet and being stupid. That's how you get around Windows 10 telemetry. This PC would be over here, not touching your goddamn internet. Fucking idiots. Yeah, all this spying, man. It's gotta stop, man. It's just gotta stop. Humanity can't live this way. Okay? Just like it can't live stuck indoors. We're not little fucking mice to be shoved in a hole. And here I am. I'm the guy with the bad back that doesn't get out so fucking often, right? What I used to do every day is I had an e-bike. I used to hop on the e-bike and then go for an hour or two on a tour, right? I can't do that no more because I can't afford to fix the thing. Right? The chain rusted on it now. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. I never sell it. That's something my dad, who was a Hell's Angel, he gave it, helped me get it. And he passed away a few years back, and I'm just never going to get rid of that. That's the end of that. That's how that works. Anyway, so yeah. But, wow. I could go into that too, but anyway, so the reason I say this is because you know how Google took away the go-to channel. One of the guys had an app, and I approached him about his privacy things. He seems to think that whenever you have this extension plugged in, he can see any site you go to, which is like, what the fuck is that about? So he's collecting some data when he shouldn't be. Okay, guys, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be watching this because if he gets his thing pulled, right? Because there are some people around that have been getting hacked. And how is that happening? Because you're not using these Hangouts anymore to do your, YouTube stuff. The only thing I can think of is that the hack that the people were using for Hangouts is now being used in Streamlabs. Okay? And it's one of the reasons why Google needs to make its own app. It really needs to, much like Twitch. And then you can have guests on. But the thing is, the second you do stuff like this, you open yourself to vulnerability. And this is why vetting people needs to get stronger. Right? Oh, you call that gatekeeping, you call that whatever. It's proper vetting, right? Of who you're around and who you're dealing with, right? Another girl there, she was having all these problems. I'm talking to her for the last couple of days, hanging out and everything, and she notices no problems all of a sudden, eh? Wonder why. Backup has showed up. Your union rep is here. Yeah, all right, eh? Yeah. That's what I say. If anybody else out there has problems, I'll just come and sit in your chat, right? And just throw the little mod wrench on me, and I'll just sit there. And then if people act up, I'll get rid of them. I'll deal with it. Let them come at me, man. That's I'll deal with it. Okay, and then you don't have to worry about these kinds of things, and you can have your fun, right? I've been doing this kind of thing for years, helping people out. Anyway, what else was kind of silly there? I don't know. Another company, big encryption company, Signal, this has announced that if the Internet Act passes, they will be leaving the United States. In other words, the U.S. is going to be isolating itself from the rest of the world, like totally. I hate to say it, you'll be worse off. This is going to long term screw the United States because no one will trust any of your software or online services. Things that are hosted inside the United States will be backdoored by law. Okay, that goes against quite a few little laws in Canada. All right, already. All right, and if you think this Five Eyes thing is going to, just bend over and attach itself to it, right. They have their own ways in each of these little countries to spy on us all. They'll like New Zealand use like New Zealand people to spy on Canada, right? And then Canada will do it for the United States, or like that's how they do this shit, right? It's shame on these Peeping Tom governments. And this kind of makes me wonder, like you had that pervert Epstein running around with all these politicians, and it makes kind of sense now that you'd have the Peeping Toms running the spy agencies. You got all the perverts and sickos in Hollywood on the other side, so they just commingle themselves all into our governments. It's real sick. The people running the world are sick. Don't worry about the virus. Virus is it's just a way of going, Anyway. So things are calming down here in Canada. I'm expecting that by the middle of this month they're going to start, because I think it was about 80 to 88% or 90% of all the deaths are in old age homes here in Canada. So that means like what's gone on here is that some guy came, visited somebody old from another country, right? Because they wanted to stay here in Canada for our health care, and then gave it to a health worker. The health worker not only worked there, but probably at a hospital, and then it got in there, and then you know what I mean? That's how I'm assuming from what I can see from statistics and the news how things got spreading around. Okay? Now, this Ford guy, he needs to get his shit together and start doing more testing, okay? They got these fucking kits, handheld kits. Each kit can test 15 people in a day. Handheld, right? Get onto it, brother. You know, like, what the hell's wrong with you, right? This whole thing has been mismanaged by all the governments, okay? Right? Testing should have been A1 from day one, okay? As soon as they heard that this was a SARS-like coronavirus, whatever, testing should have been going. Oh, the reagents are hard to... Oh, yeah, use a big word and bullshit people. At the end of this month, there will be no excuse not to have tested half of Canada, okay? Because the company that makes these handheld things says they'll have 100,000 of these kits. That's 1.5 million people a day that they could be testing. Who the hell are they testing then? And they put a post. We are not giving this to anyone but the federal and provincial governments first. They will have 400,000 kits by the end of June, right? So that's an ability to test 6 million people in a day. Okay, there's 37 million people in Canada. At 1.5 million a day, in less than 20 days, you got the whole fucking country tested, right? And then you've got the ability to isolate those that you find with it, and then you've got the ability to send the rest of them back to fucking work, end these stupid programs paying out stupid amounts of money, and then you can get back to collecting your bloody taxes so that everybody can be happy. Right? See, now normally I'm sitting here and I have the mornings all to myself, like, but now as all more you filter in on time zones and get all whacked for stuff, and it's crowded. That's why I haven't been doing so many lives lately. I just let everybody else go, because you might as well go and vent your way out of stuff, right? And that's another one, eh? These stupid idiots at Naughty Dog need to understand that people are all cooped up and they're gonna be edgy. And if you put someone in a PR position today, okay, where it can engage with the public, you got to understand the mentality of someone who has cabin fever. Go look up what cabin fever is. I've experienced it firsthand when I was in the military. They cooped us up for the first month of our training inside of a barracks, where we basically, the only time we got out of a small room with each other was to go do a patrol. And you had so little sleep that it was just like you were in a zombie maze walking around, okay? And you were doing, and people started doing things that you just would not do normally, okay? Somebody stole someone's socks, and it was stuff like that at first, and then someone stole someone's underwear after the laundry day, and I went, that's it, that's it, everyone, everyone, come on, sit around here. And everybody was staying in these little cliques, right? Little groups, you know, to each other's, right? So I got everybody together and I stood up and said, this is me, this is where I'm from, and this lieutenant peeked his head around the corner, or a sergeant peeked in, and then he went and got the lieutenant, and he said, look at this guy doing this, right? And this is what happened. They pulled me right out of there, and I can't tell you after that what I was doing in the military. You know, there's restricted access that's about that, and then I went up classifications. Anyway. Some people can handle shit, that's all I gotta say, and you know, that's another thing, right? So when you're running around, see, if this were a proper world and a proper government, when a pandemic like this hits and everybody's stuck at home, copyright should be 100% suspended. And here's how you do it. Nobody's allowed to make any money from anyone else's IP. However, okay, you just can't do that. So, all right, you don't get a copyright strike to kill you, but you just get the monetization removed. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, that's how you do it. And then you could have people enjoying themselves with sounds and music and everything else, and you bring goodwill to yourself so that when this is over, you restore the system, right, as is, and these people might make a buck because of the goodwill they put forth. But no, the Americans do not allow that kind of thing to go on. No, no, no. We got to make money while people die. It's. I need some bleach. You know, and it's hard as let me put it this way. As a person sitting north of the United States, I'm sitting here looking at two political parties, and they're just two different groups of rich people who are trying to fuck everyone else. And they use propaganda and bullshit, and then I get to sit here and I listen to the parrots, people parroting the bullshit, right? Blah, 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 right? I sat there in this chat with world-class bullshitters last night, and I will say this, that then right near the end of the stream where I left, okay, they started getting on to Canadians. And I'm like, so you know what? You think everybody in Canada is a fucking liberal? By the way, okay, just so you asshats fucking know what you're talking about, eh? Canada has 8 times less population than you. And guess what? It also has a 20th less COVID deaths. You know that fucking healthcare we have up here? And the system we have up here? It's fucking working. Okay? Just remember that. Okay? Not only that, okay? Thanks to the way your idiot Trump tried to hold up masks and shit, we now make a mask that's better than the ones you have. Okay? The N96. Okay? We also have those testing things coming, right? And like a conservative here in Ontario that runs Ontario said, we are not going to be allowing a foreign power to control things like this anymore. Okay? Think about that. All right? It's the same thing with YouTube. When this Earn It Act comes, it's the same thing. I started looking for alternatives. There's a guy here who makes $40,000 a year on YouTube. He showed me this thing where you can just upload videos and you can start making a buck now. Oh. So I'm going to go get, and I'm going to do this anyway, I should, because it'll make it a little bit easier. I'm going to go get one of these, the cheapest smartphone, which I consider dumb anyway. And then I've got one. I'll just maybe get them to drop a SIM card into it or something. And then I'll give that to them. And that way, okay, I can start getting paid for videos now. And I don't have to sit around here wasting my bloody time and getting maybe 2 subs a month now. Okay, I was getting 50 subs a fucking day, or every couple of days. I was getting about 9 a day, okay, at one point, when I went out and I purposely went to try and go around and grow, okay? YouTube put a stop to that. They removed the go-to channel thing. I'd be sitting in a live chat and someone would say, oh, check so-and-so out, he's pretty cool. You would right-click on them and go to their channel. Oh, okay. I like his content. You know, go watch a bit, leave a comment. So he definitely gets to see you left the comment. Then you watch the video and you can tell him about it. And then, no, can't do that no more. On top of that, another girl had a problem where she was really busy. Someone came in and they weren't modded, but their name was not the same, but she didn't notice it and gave that person a mod, and then probably it caused some trouble. Guess what though? She could have just as easily went right click, go to channel, and saw that that wasn't him. But she couldn't do that. And in having to do that, and see, this is what causes security issues. Google made it worse for everybody. And Google's been doing this for so fucking long, all of a sudden this COVID shit starts, and all these actors and musicians are just flooding in here like fucking assholes, because they got nothing else to fucking do. I hate to say it, guys, but we were here first, and you want to fucking muscle in, maybe you should be hanging out more with the rest of us. See how it is. Like, seriously, you know? There's no reason why these guys, with all their money, have to sit there in a regular clothes in an attic. Okay, Seth, that you're trying to act like you're the one of us, the regular people, and you're not. Okay, you're a suit and tie guy, and you're part of the establishment. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, and I could say the same thing on all sides, right? I don't know. This is just kind of a morning rant where after I saw that shit where no, and I can say this, okay? Karma is a thing that gets burned up real bad, okay? When you constantly go after big corporations and companies, okay? Let me just tell you this, okay? This is something that's directed maybe towards Jeremy and his friends, who are some of mine too, okay? You got to ease up a little sometimes and go at some other things and show off. See, if you're going at Disney all the time and you're going at all these other places and game companies and stuff, show some good stuff too. Say, this is how it is done. Show a situation where somebody did something wrong, okay, and then it was handled properly. Show that. Find a situation like that, because maybe then you could go back and say, listen, man, this is how I would have handled it if I were you. Hey, you know, eh, eh. That's what you do. And don't worry about getting too kind of confrontational, saying F this, F that, F them, F that, da da da. Like, I never bought the first game, okay? So it doesn't appeal to me. I mean, whatever. I probably watched some footage of that and went, whatever. You know, I'm sci-fi, and maybe some horror stuff, right? Ah. And I'm not kidding you guys. Like, I sat here with this German lad. He was building his own Star Trek ship. Like, he had a picture of it and he was trying to make it in Blender. And I said, I can get you a better reference. Like, I'll give you a 3D model that I had from 15 years ago. That's whoo. Here you go, and then you can play with it. And this is the thing, right? He's doing some neat things and makes his own little content. That's to me, that's more what YouTube should be about. Okay? Making real, actual content. Now, mind you, he's going through the process of showing people what he's doing as he's doing it. That's mildly entertainment. You might learn something the odd day where he does something that you don't really see in Blender here or there. But other than that, it's a good way to talk and meet people and get to know people. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay, you need to it comes back to if you're always negative, all you're going to get is negative too, right? Show a little positivity somewhere in it, right? Like, it's not just playing a video game and having some fun with it too, right? It's showing how let me put it this way. So let's say I put out a video game and there's a bunch of people that don't like it, or they have some problem with something I did, right? So they come to me and I say, you did this and this and this and this and this, and it's not cool. And I went, well, and here's how I handle it. I would, instead of just saying, screw off, I'm not going to listen to you or nothing, I say, well, so I took all this time to make a video game, and I did it this way, and you don't like it. And the big question I want to ask you guys is, well, what does everybody think? Right? So we'll put it out there to everybody, and then we'll just kind of, how would you do it different? Okay? That's the thing. When you post the problem, try to also think of a solution, because if you can come back at them also with a solution, you win. You win. You 100% win. They cannot win. They cannot do nothing after that. Okay? What is the solution? Right? What is the solution to this? Okay? Anita Sarkeesian, eh? Last time I had a Twitter exchange with her, I obliterated her. Okay? I had hundreds of people in that exchange liking what I was saying, and She's an idiot. Okay, I hate to say it. Any person with 1 or 2 brain cells could outdo that lady in a conversation. Okay? And as such, it's like I said in the chat with WBC, right? These people that are doing this have mental disorders, and they're put in positions of power because they have nothing else to do, and this is a skill that they have that they can get by with without having to be put into the rubber room. Okay? That's it. That's it. There's no other logic to it. Okay? If society, and the solution is, if society wants to start dealing with these people, we got to start making more mental institutions or places where we could put people like this to keep them from hurting others and themselves. And there are people like that on both sides, by the way, I might add. And the thing is, the sane people who are the most evil are using people on both sides to do their bidding. It's wrong. Okay? It's totally wrong. I don't even know if I should put this up here, you know, like this. It's just, wow. Like, anyway, so let's see here. So let's see. In response to our review systems and review teams have been hard at work ensuring the Chrome list is free from abuse. Yeah. See, and that's where, like, that's one of the reasons why I don't use. I only have 1 or 2 Chrome extensions, right? Both of them are ad blockers. You know. Now you know why I don't get no viruses on my PC. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so what, anyway, I thought I'd put all this out. It's just kind of like a me doing my speak my mind thing, and, you know, you guys got to realize, like, he's got a nice website set up there, but you see, the thing is, BitChute is such a terrible quality for the videos, right? Like, I went back to BitChute now, and they've increased, I think, the quality of the videos that I had there. They've been mirroring my content for over a year now, but not all the content. It's weird. They can only scrape certain, grab certain videos sometimes because it looks like YouTube is preventing them from grabbing them sometimes. But I can compare view counts on BitChute videos versus Chrome or YouTube, and I'll say this: 4 times more views on BitChute. And this other guy was saying that he even has more views on this LBRY TV place or something or other than BitChute. So it goes up, and you get paid less per 1,000 views, but if you're getting 5 times more views, in the end you end up getting paid more. It's like YouTube is going, well, let's give them fake data. We're going to suppress the view count on this. It's like I'd be sitting there watching a video of mine going up to 4,000. It got to 3,900, and then they just cut me off, right? And it's just like, what? Yeah. And like for a day, inside the studio, it was sitting at 4,120 something, and didn't report the right stats on the main page. And then after that, I got that glitch where I wasn't able to do my lives anymore, and I didn't do anything wrong that I know. So I probably hit something there that they didn't like, and they don't tell you nothing ever. And that's part of the reason why I don't give a shit no more about anything here. Like, I showed, what was it? I showed Loki there, something I was doing on the Unreal Engine that comics guys might be interested in seeing. And I didn't put it up on YouTube, but I showed them a video of it. And it wasn't on BitChute either. That's why I'm trying to tell you, man, I could set up a web server right here in my home. And I can laugh at it, you know? And that's the whole point, is that you guys get to see the games that I play that I enjoy, and a couple that maybe I just someone suggested that I try out, and yeah, I got so many games, right? I got enough entertainment, and I can make my own stuff. I make little scenes and I do little things all the time, and I don't always put them up at YouTube and stuff like that. And that's part of the thing where uh, you see the COPA rules, they go pissy on animated stuff. Everybody likes animated stuff. Yeah, everybody. Not just kids, but everybody. But you know what? They're going to penalize you when you do it. So, guess what? You get less. you know? Fucking American government acting like a fucking bunch of retards again. Just cause they're pissy at YouTube, they want to fucking wreck the rest of us. This is just a bunch of old crusty men, aka the retardicon party, acting like assholes. And I've had it out with Marco Rubio, what's his name, Cruz, right? And these guys never come back to engage with me because they know who I am, actually, guys. Colin Powell knows who I am. Back in the Bush days, I used to send guys over to my web forum and try and pick sentences out of paragraphs what I was writing. Okay, that's how the SJWs work. They were using the same tactics to try and attack hackers. Okay, all right. That's why I closed the forum down. Can't spy on something you can't see, can you? And the only thing left of it sits at Facebook in a Facebook group that has all the posts locked and have to be approved by me or someone else, right? And I hardly engage with the place, right? One of the admins went and changed the logo there to something that looked real bland, and I said, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Yeah. Then he asked me to make a logo for it again. That's what the logo thing was about, right? And I thought, do I have time for this shit? I got 12 projects in the Unreal Engine I'm mucking around with, and you know, I just gotta save up. So the next 3 months, right? If I can pull, let's see, a $1,200 computer out of the ground, it'll be better than this one, and we'll move forward with that. And then maybe I'll go forward and get something even better than that as we go. And that's how I'm going to do it. So the next year is going to be upgrade days, right? I really, 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 really don't. I'm not looking forward to a PC with Windows 10 on it, though. I'll be over to Barnacle looking. How the hell do I pick out the 52 places of telemetry? Woohoo! God damn it, Microsoft. Why, oh, why have you gone the way you have, eh? Right? And as soon as Sony gets this bullshit, right, with Last of Us 2, you got Microsoft and Xbox popping up shit on my Twitter. And this is the same thing where some people were talking about certain things going on. And a week beforehand, I'm seeing various actors and peoples and their friends and everything else pop up on our Twitter, right? Twitter feeds. So now I'm beginning to clue in on how they're playing things. They start their public relations about a week beforehand and start pumping people out and acting kind of woo, and and then I can see who's interacting with them, and now I can kind of go, I'm making notes. Hey, they do it to you. You should be doing it to them too, right? Right? What do you bet they'd go and do something copyright infringer and think they can get away with it? Anyway, so they're going to stop people from making apps. Anyway, so I'll put this up here and just let this go. I mean, it's whatever.